Welcome back, everybody, to the Unsmooth Idiot, as some people call me on Discord. I'm fine with it. I actually enjoy being called random names, because then you remember me better, and a lot more frequently you'll think of me when you think of things. So, getting weird names is normal. Now, let's get back to the story. This is, yes, if any of you have noticed, the name's a little changed. The name's changed for this. What if deku is a Aether Charged Neko? And I know, Neko. So, when I described the eye, that's what it looked like. And I'm going to have to say thank you to Coin on Discord. Great guy. You can even see him on my live stream sometimes in the chat. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do live streams these 2 days because I'm currently not near my computer, so I can't get Discord recorded, and I can't live stream on my phone yet. Mobile live streams are locked for me currently. I'm currently in a new environment. I'm at my grandparents' house currently, so recording. I'm sneaking out a little. They know I'm doing this, though, so if they need any help, they can flag me down. So if there's a little pause, it's because my grandparents asked for me. So that's just a little precursor. I'm going to be gone the next few days, so I'm not going to be home for... Oh, dog. I'm not going to be home today, which is Sunday for me. Tomorrow's Monday. Tuesday, I'm actually going out of a signal range, so I'm probably going to not be able to post Tuesday, but I'm going to try to record a video later today so I can catch up on Monday, and then one Monday, or maybe 2 Monday to post Tuesday. 2 of them to post Tuesday, so I can get Tuesdays, because I'm trying to fill out a full week for you guys. Tuesdays, and post on Tuesday to count for Wednesday and maybe Friday, because I may be a little too tired to post. That's just an update on my life, my small but insignificant life for you guys, because I know you guys don't come here to hear me whine and complain about my life, or hear my life's conditions. Maybe if I disappeared, you're like, hey, what happened? Maybe, but that's just a forewarning that I'm not going to be able to post Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, until I get home. And once I get home, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I'm going to be live streaming. I may even be watching a recording of the D&D game that's currently going on today. Fox, Grimlock, Coin, the Ultimate Gamer, 21. I have to thank all of you for going along with this game. I know I said, hey, I'll join, but something came up. My grandparents are going to my cabin, and I request that I always go with them, just in case. They didn't know I had this little thing planned, so I'm sorry. I know this may come out before the game, or maybe even you may even watch this after the game, but I'm sorry. I know you and I, all of us, were looking forward to it. Sorry. I'm sorry for you guys that expect my content every day. I can't do it every day anymore. My life has just been too hectic lately, so I'm sorry about that. I'm going to try to get back to the daily grind, but I can't get back to daily grind. I'm going to try to get at least to get a video out Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, Sundays, every week. 4 videos a week. I'm going to try. And leave in the comments how you liked my intro. Yeah, I'm going to try to play that in the beginning of this. So my videos are going to be shortened because my intro, or my video splicer app, is free, so it doesn't allow me to do infinitely long videos. So I can only do up to 30-minute videos, including my intro, which is already 5 seconds. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Let's get into the story. So we wake up to the next day, and Izumi isn't waking up. She's asleep, and Bakugo's currently with her, because Izumi stole Bakugo away from everybody. And Rose and Thrax are nowhere to be seen. They're nowhere to be seen. So they're looking around for Rose and Shinobu. That's Thrax's name. It's a female Thrax, by the way. Shinobu. They're looking for Shinobu. And they can't find Shinobu. They can't find Shinobu or Rose. And none of them can go into the void, or rift, so they can't go into the rift and see. And Bakugo is wondering what's going on with Izumi. And she remembers the eyes that Izumi had. And she's wondering if Izumi had the spiderweb-like eyes again. Because she still looks like a human version of Rose. With a skin texture of Shinobu, which is soft but tough. So the density of the skin is tough, but the feeling of the top layer of the skin is soft. And Bakugo walks in there and opens one of Izumi's eyes and sees that there's absolutely no color to them. And then the eyes flick to life. And Izumi, on instinct, because somebody's touching her, that she doesn't know who it is, grabs Bakugo by the neck. Her eyes are still shut, because Bakugo let go, because Izumi grabbed her by the neck. As she opens her eyes and sees Bakugo and drops her. And then Izumi starts to cry. And she cries herself back to sleep. And Bakugo hasn't seen her cry ever. Pain doesn't make her cry. Seeing people killed doesn't make her cry. Seeing her friends hurt doesn't make her cry. Which worries Bakugo. But seeing that she's crying now is strange. So she's like, okay, I need to get the fill-in from Hisashi. And she says this, and right when someone's entering the dorm. And Nezu says, sorry, but that's impossible. And she goes, what do you mean? And he goes, well, Hisashi, Midoriya, and Inko Midoriya, Izumi Midoriya's parents, are dead. And Bakugo's like, what? And he goes, yes, they have died. And this is the first time Bakugo's hearing of it. And Bakugo's starting to be like, why the hell hasn't she told us? And Nezu's like, I don't know. But apparently she didn't think it was significant enough to tell you. So that's all I can tell you. How is hers, but all I'm going to say is that it was a behemoth that did it. That's all I'm going to say. And Bakugo's like, what? How? What? And she's trying to go through all the situations, and she sits down in a chair that's currently in the room. There's 2 chairs, one for Bakugo, one for Izumi when they're not wanting to sit in bed, or when they're trying to study. Because yes, I'm making it to where the chairs allow them to study, or the school allows them to study in their dorm room, because there's enough room. So she's pondering this, and she's like, okay, I need to clear my head. She goes over to her locked cabinet that was not destroyed when her room was destroyed. She opens it, and she grabs a book out. And if any of you are fans of Nux Taku, you'll know what I'm gonna say. Shmentai. That's what that book is. Shmentai. So Bakugo starts reading, and Bakugo hears super quiet sobbing from Izumi. Let's go to the rift while this is currently going on. Rose and Shinobu are currently cowering in fear because they feel this overwhelming presence from something, and they don't know what it is. They've tried to leave the rift, but they can't even access their umbral powers. So Rose is getting worried for Izumi because Rose kind of thinks that this may be Izumi that's doing this. So Rose is getting worried for Izumi. Shinobu's just worried that Shinobu's going to die, and Izumi's currently punishing her for doing what she's done. A child mentality of, oh crap, my parent figure is hurt. It's my fault kind of mentality. And she's basically crying. Shinobu is basically crying. And we go to Izumi's mindscape while this is happening. Izumi sees 3 images. The image of a Rift Stalker, the image of a Shroud, the image of a Thrax, all in front of her. And she understands what they're saying, and they're all yelling at her that she shouldn't have done what she did. And she's like, what did I do? Then the Rift Stalker chimes in over the yelling, saying, you have broken the sacred pact of the humans to not consume Behemoth. And she's like, what? And the Shroud chimes in saying, we shall punish you for your crimes against the pact with you reliving the same moment for 100 years. And it's already been a year in her mind. It's been a day in the real world. So, yes, she's going to be out of commission for 100 days. She's seen the same scene over and over and over. And the entire time, the Thrax is walking around her in a slithery-like motion with its little claws, nagging her. You could have helped them. You could have saved them. But you didn't. Why? Because you were greedy. You wanted to be more powerful. You felt the power of the Umbral, and you wanted it for yourself. And it keeps chastising her for what she did. And it's making her think that dropping the Umbral is her fault. Let's have a little flashback to the incident with Izumi. She was going upon her day with her father, and she picks up the bucket of Umbral essence, or Umbral Aether. And she's currently walking, and it's really heavy. And he asks if she needs help with that. And she says no, and he mentions that he's making something for her for when she's ready. And when she has her quirk mastered. And she goes, what do you mean when I have my quirk mastered? Don't I already have it mastered? Because it's just increasing my potential every time. And he goes, yes and no. When you have your quirk mastered, You know the ins and outs of everything for your quirk. And so she's currently still carrying the umbral bucket, and he said, and this is the small Izumi, so it's not as high as the workshop table. This is very young Izumi. So he says, okay, just put it up on here, and if you need help, just ask me. And he's overwatching her as he's currently striking down on the hammer onto the axe that he's forming. And she goes, okay, and she starts lifting it. It's over her head currently, and it's not her fault because he lifts his hand up, and this is right next to the workbench, and he accidentally touches the bucket with his elbow, Hizashi Midoriya, which makes her lose balance, and it drops on her face. So Hizashi's feeling like absolute garbage currently. He rushes her to the doctor. The doctor rushes out, being like, what's going on? And he says that she's currently dropped umbral aether on her. Let's go back to the present. And the Rift Stalker has transformed into a Gnasher and is attacking the house. It's attacking the house with Inko, who, in this one, because it says that you're asleep for so long, trying to adapt to the umbral aether, that your parents were planning to have another kid because you were supposed to be dead. And your greed was what led you to being this powerful with the umbral aether. And she's hearing all this, and this is kind of like a Loki and Fenrir, if you know the Norse mythology behind them, kind of tricks, where they're trying to guilt the person into doing something for them. And Izumi's watching this scene over and over, each time she's been asleep for longer and longer. Each day she's in her head, she rewatches the same day, where this time she had a baby brother, then she had a baby sister. She had this massive family, but they were all slaughtered. And she kept getting older and older in her mind. And she feels worse and worse each time. And the behemoths that are currently in front of her are acting upon this regret and sadness that she's feeling. Except for one. There is also the Vermi, the Radiant Bug, and two more that are currently hiding in the background in the shadows. And the Vermi walks up and says, "Stop your lying. This child was not the cause of your losing your power. It was that dumb hero, All Might." And they start arguing. And she's like, how did All Might get into this? All the Thraxes that she's consumed and essence she's absorbed has created a Thrax conscience in her. The Shroud, same thing. And the Riftstalker, especially the same thing. But there's a little light in the background. And there's two more behemoths. One she sees looks like a giant ape. And then one looks like a dragon? And this rhinoceros beetle looking creature walks up to her and looms over her. It says that I have no regrets on doing what I did, and I have been created from your mind, and I still have my memories from when I was uh, attacking the heroes, or slayers as you call them. And I hope that this nightmare that you are living through ends soon, because there's currently someone waiting for you. And he says this, and she remembers what just happened. So her body changes from the old Izumi, the one with the white eye and the tears starting to form on her left side of the face, or right on that side of the face with her white eye, completely white, to her new form, the Riftstalker ears, the bleach white hair, the webbed eyes, and all of a sudden the dragon walks out and says, you defeated me fairly. I accept that I wasn't the strongest in that fight, and I accept that you are my better. I grant you my powers. And she's like, what? And then the big ape walks up, and she notices that it's, I don't know how to say the name of the behemoth for the for the fire escalation, the main behemoth. I don't know how to say his name. Fire ape, I'm going to just call him that. She sees the fire ape, and she goes, oh, you attacked me when I was hunting for Riftstalkers. And he goes, yes, I was. Yes, I did. That's only because you encroached on my territory and I thought you were another behemoth. And she goes, oh, okay. And I think it's Murik. I don't know how to say his name either. But the shock escalation one goes, yes. And you did the same to me. I see my faults now. I should have let you go. I saw you and I felt a behemoth. And she goes, oh, you probably felt Rose. And he goes, no, you were the behemoth. You were the stronger one. I admit defeat to you. You gain my powers. And the fire one, he goes, you gain my powers. And she goes, what? And they both go, yes. It seems like your, what do you call it? Aether quirk, whatever, has changed. It is evolving into Aether adaptation instead of weapon proficiency, where you can absorb the Aether from your weapons to gain more proficiency with them, absorb the Aether from the behemoths to gain more weapon proficiency, and if you consume the behemoth, you gain their abilities. And she goes, oh, so that rare radiant one, the rare, her, what is it? Frost one. I think there's a frost one. Hold on. Yeah, I'm not going to even look it up. I don't think there's a frost escalation yet. But the frost, the Terra, and the radiant rare behemoths, do I get their abilities too? Because I've killed them. And they go, when you are ready, they will unlock. And the monkey bows down, because the fire ape bows down, because it's like, I accept defeat. The shock dragon bows down, like, I accept defeat. The Thrax lunges at her. You're like, I don't accept this. But The radiant behemoth, Vermi, steps in front of it and headbutts it and says, "You were defeated. Many of you were defeated. So you must accept defeat." And it's yelling at it now because they're all being like, "We accept defeat." The Rift Stalker goes, "I'm the weakest out of here. I accept defeat." The Shroud goes, "The monkey's right. I accept defeat." And the only one left is Vermi and the Thrax. And she's still currently seeing the images of her family dying over and over, where she's constantly getting older, but she's in her normal body, the one everybody sees on the real world. And she now sees it as a illusion, a fake, not real. So the Thrax is like, "You don't see this hurt anymore? How about this?" He changes the illusion from her family to Bakugo. And Izumi sees Bakugo and she's like, "Okay." But the real kicker is the illusion shows her waking up. The Thrax defeated Vermi, but he accepted defeat to Izumi, but also wanted to protect Izumi, so he accepted defeat, giving her his abilities, so he's just a husk of what he originally was. And the Thrax goes, "Huh." And this is all in the illusion too, so you guys know the illusion a little. "Huh." And this is not actually him saying it. "I accept defeat." And he fades away and she wakes up. She thinks she's waking up. And she sees Bakugo and she still has a long time to go. Just saying. And Bakugo immediately runs at her and says, "Die, you behemoth!" I'm gonna end it there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Talk to you guys later. Bye! Well, if you guys made it this far, type in the name of the shock escalation behemoth. The main one. The main boss. And I'll immediately heart it. Type in lightning dragon or fire ape into the answer column of the Discord, and I'll try to get a Discord link, and I'll immediately give you 500 points towards getting a ship ticket, because yes, I know my ships are very plain. I'm planning on doing my next series I'm planning on doing it to where it's a different ship than the main story. It's going to be someone new. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Talk to you guys later. Bye! Oh, if you guys like this, please consider hitting that like button, subscribing, and comment for the YouTube algorithm to say, "Hey, he's actually a good YouTuber." When I'm not. I'm totally not.